It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
On first down, Carr. He finds Hearns left side. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. First carry for James Conner, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes.
He was wide open. Fuck.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how
wide
they do
open.
That. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Counter, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see.
You didn't kick it out of bounds?
Pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Let's go.
Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Raiders. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Caldwell, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Play action. Now it's Carr. It's blocked by Jackson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now it's counter, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing now is called. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he's going to
come on, Maddox.
The 33-yard line here.
He's using you over there.
Pick up, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff.
Short. Oh, he got it.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Right. And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Y'all just doing the same thing they did last week. When you see that.
Start out on the ground with Coleman. Fight forward to
out the way.
27-yard line.
Get out the way.
Move,
bitch.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They'll toss it to Coleman.
Oh.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Coleman now. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down.
He did that on his own. I did not do that spin move.
Good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? I want to check into a throw the next time.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Into double coverage and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson.
That was some straight up pass interference, man. Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that, man? He fucked them all up off his route. What is that? Not even running towards him, and he, come on, man. All right.
Right there, not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit their distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second down, it's Drake. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They run with Connor, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's Connor. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Get down.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier. Philip Dorsett by himself. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt is successful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Carr now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Now Carr. Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Here's Carr, and that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Spinning away.
Oh.
Return here as he'll get it to the 29-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're
If he don't move over here, I'm going to chart.
Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Better put 2 safeties up there. If you shade over here, whichever way you shade to, I'm going to the opposite side.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Get down, get down. You ready? It's up.
They start with a give to counter, and he'll get this up only to about the 22. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Get down, get down. 180.
And they'll run it here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Get down, get down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Oh, shit. Y'all actually kicked it? Yeah, y'all fucked up. You shouldn't have did that.
As he gets it away. So we've reached halftime here, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Come on, Mahomes.
With the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Philip Dorsett by himself. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philip Dorsett, 98 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
Too fast out there for them.
That NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So now the other return teams out there,
special teams suck.
What they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The drive will start with Connor, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on 3rd down, Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You couldn't reach out for that?
This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Damn.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this
You
one
better
away,
kick it
and
out of
it's
bounds.
another boomer.
You should have caught that. You should have caught that. You could have got that.
For a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Oh, yeah, y'all bugging.
The boost the defense gave them. Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando.
Move out my fucking way! Damn!
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. 59 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Mahomes now on first down. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. For a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter was just out on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
I didn't even realize that was no play action.
Take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is
Come on, Avonte. They've been testing you over there.
That is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I'm trying to do a lot of quick passes. I know. I get it.
It's third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get up
quick passes, I'm playing, man. You want some slants and shit, I get it.
Where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot,
we'll give it to you.
That's a big-time play by the defense.
On third down, that's counted. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
To throw his car, and Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, let's not put him in that situation.
Just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Okay, we got to throw some zone in here now. They tripping with this shit.
Catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but more mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Carr to throw on second down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Raiders on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after
I don't like that big
shot
nickel.
there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Okay.
Josh Doxson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Returnable for Dorsett. Return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Look, I know that all eyes and all credit should be on the guys that brought the ball back a long way, but I'm just wondering about the guys covering and their special teams coach. They've got to be looking at each other and saying, at what point are we going to find a way to stop these guys?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? He's going to get it running right. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Goddamn motherfucker.
Back now in the East.
Woo, Philip Dorsett, boy. That was almost 3. I don't know what I could have did there. Nah, because he was behind me, so I could have cut or something. I don't know. Shit.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He over there using Roquan Smith, man. Some bullshit, Roquan. What the fuck you doing? Slow-ass tight end. It's man coverage, dude. It's not that hard. You're supposed to be good at that. You're not playing like no 84, dude. That man coverage, I tell you that much.
21 yards.
What the fuck, man?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders get a score closer. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call.
I mean, they ain't stopped scoring. I'm not gonna stop scoring. Fuck it. I mean, I can't stop the tight end for some reason. With all them linebackers, I can't stop the tight end. All right, that's cool.
Maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're
Please
trying
line
to
up with one.
right, that
Thank you.
You've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes?
No, we got to keep scoring because they're not going to stop scoring. We stop scoring and they keep scoring, and the game like fucking get out of control. That's dumb.
And it comes out to the 25-yard
man.
line.
Motherfucker scoring in fucking 30 seconds and shit.
Heading onto the field again. And the numbers show the improvement, and this is kind of what we thought we would expect to see from him. I know we overanalyze these things sometimes, but what switch? What's flipped that switch?
Sometimes I think when you're
can't get no sacks. I just don't understand it. And be against some sorry-ass linemen. The linemen suck. I can't get any pressure. I don't. These niggas is the best pressure motherfuckers in the game.
He gets a chance to regroup, kind of get it back together, get a little extra resolve.
Just confused out here, man.
Practice. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. If you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Ball start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Now they'll run on the draw. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Okay.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. The outcome of this one, well,
yeah, y'all better keep them safeties up high.
Got me thinking,
I'm going to the right because y'all confused over there.
As a player, broadcaster.
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout.
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out.
Fucking could have got out of my way. That'd have been a goddamn 99-yard touchdown. Could have got the fuck out of the way, buddy.
I actually saw it happen twice. The team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
I had to throw it. It came short because, once again, the lineman's in my fucking way. Oh, my God.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many
move, nigga! Damn!
Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
These niggas just stay the fuck in my way. I don't understand it.
3 yards is half of what
I really don't understand it, but, whatever.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. It usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage.
You know, I mean,
Game partner, or one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time. He used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He dumps it off to Drake, and he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He goes underneath the Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss
Carr
of
gets
1.
the ball off quick.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far.
You shouldn't have did that.
Taking it about the 16.
Fuck, come on,
kick
Benjamin.
there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on
They
first
still
down.
keep coming in that dumbass formation. I don't know what the fuck they thinking. Please stay out of my way, lineman. Please just stay the fuck out of my way. Oh, no, I didn't see him jump back there. Oh, I didn't see him go back there. How'd he get back there so fast?
The football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick.
Damn.
A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
Damn.
It's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Kind of keeping my eye on the linemen so they don't run into me and I miss the fucking safety running down the goddamn field.
Here's Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively. as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively.
Y'all motherfuckers acting dumb. You fucking me up.
1:50 left in the football game. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Get down, get down. 180.
Shotgun now for Carr. And Rudolph has it left side. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Burns brings it in. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Carr going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Carr to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
Bitch.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent.
That's what I do. I'll put the tight end over here, so if he does come over here.
Slip just further and further out of hand.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Philly. 68 yards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
No fucking sacks, man. And 1 interception at the end of the game. Terrible. Terrible, man.